Corgi-sized meteor as heavy as 4 baby elephants hit Texas. This has to be the most messed up unit of measurement I've ever come across. Fossil of a turtle the size of a car has been unearthed in South America. Carlos for scale. Carlos is a standard unit of measurement. A blue whale is larger than a basketball court. Americans will use anything but the metric system. Come within 3 whales of America and say that. This chicken weighs exactly 5 apples. Apples are looking like oranges now. I finally found a place that sells peanut butter by the splat. The rest of the world uses metric system. America, players wait here. Stay 1 Komodo dragon length apart. A large boulder the size of a what? Large boulder the size of a smaller boulder is completely blocking eastbound. How big a deer? Adult deer are as tall as a bicycle. They weigh as much as 800 hamburgers. Asteroid half the size of a giraffe strikes Earth off the coast of... The thing that's still bothering me about this is that a giraffe is easily one of the most disproportionate animals when halved. Which half? Scientists? In what direction is it halved? I hate this. What are the dimensions of the bike? Banana for reference. Current level of snow in Madison. Half a pink flamingo. Madison weather update. We're nearly at 1 whole mingo and the snow is still coming. Full mingo. Source cat is now 7 sources. Reddit. Measure with metric system. Measure with bananas. Tell me what 1/4 of a mile is in feet. Quickly. Can't hear you. Sorry, we're on the moon. Local Mexican restaurant has babies beside burritos on their menu for scale. She basically lifted 1,000 hamsters. Artemis rocket launch made the noise of 40 million bowls of Rice Krispies. The snow is currently 4 bananas deep. That is all. Asked my guy how tall he was. He said 6 yogurts. Took me a while to understand what he meant. Look at my cool new jug of nitric acid. Squirrel for scale. The zucchini we bought for $1. Cat for size comparison. That pothole is about half the depth of a deputy. I'm sorry I didn't do this, but apparently this guy got asked how high his trees are for a quote, and this is how he worked it out. He's pretty good with Photoshop. Some people don't realize how big galaxies are, so I added a banana for reference. Americans will use anything except the metric system. Don't tell me about the wind in miles per hour again. Trash can wind meter. Lid flipped over, tipped over in the neighbor's yard. Down the street, I've lost my trash can. Asteroid the size of 33 armadillos to pass Earth Sunday. Anything tough. Most of the world use the metric system. Yeah, Americans. The average person can probably throw a baseball at least 3 giraffes high. No measuring tape? No problem. Your body will do. Approximately 6 foot 2 long. Wake up, babe. New measurement unit dropped. It's kind of weird to think that people who are 5 foot tall are only 5 Subway sandwiches long. Creates imperial system. Forces colonies to use it. Switches to metric. Makes fun of America for using imperial. 39 humans long. Today we asked my 3-year-old cousin how much he weighs and he said, like 50 squirrels? America. To change centimeters to meters, you take out the centi. Fair enough. The smallest cat in the world weighs less than a traffic cone. It's true. The 1/3 pounder burger failed in America because they thought 1/4 pounders were bigger. Yeah, because they are. What are those signs? Doggy-sized pothole patched on north side. New sign at Walmart. 15 item limit. 15 is this many. 3? The leaves of Cocoba gigantifolia. What if that's just a tiny person? A sinkhole roughly the size of 6 to 7 washing machines has closed the northbound lanes. Bro, 6 to 7, what? Really? That's the best you could come up with? Giant crack freezer massive iceberg in Antarctica. A giant iceberg, more than 20 times the size of Manhattan. It's that squirrel. A large boulder the size of a large boulder is blocking the southbound. It looks like a log, not a boulder. A massive tree. How much do your breasts weigh in pancake batter? The man in the picture is 6'8" for a size reference. I don't have exact measurements. $20. I don't know who needed to see a 4,000 pound block of cheddar today, but here it is. Banana for scale. My bag is the size of 5 macaroni boxes. 5 Kraft macaroni boxes to be precise. Was given the biggest mango I've ever seen this week. It must be 3 times the size of my fist. Yep, 10 liters of water is 10 kilograms, plus the glass probably another 5 kilograms. So you really need the strength to carry 15 kg. If it falls and breaks, it's worse than a soda bottle cut. For your information, that's around 12 to 17 bald eagles. Motorbike-sized tuna sells for $1.3 million. Roman coffin as heavy as polar bear found in road. In children per year, the US birth rate is at an all-time low, but in miles per hour, it's at an all-time high. How often people called Miles are born in the US? Page dimensions are not limited by the format itself. However, Adobe Acrobat imposes a limit of 15 million in by 15 million in, or 225 trillion in squared, 145,000 kilometers, the maximum size of a PDF compared to Europe. Massive strawberry, grape for scale as we have no bananas. Minimum wage was $1.40 in the 60s, but you could get get a burger for 10 cents. Minimum wage is $7.25 now, and a burger costs $8. See how that doesn't make sense? Plus $7.25 in 2021 is equivalent to 90 cents in the 60s, so technically it went down, and burgers went up. Elon Musk says 194 billion hamsters can fit inside Tesla's new Gigafactory. Satellite weighing as much as an adult rhino to crash through Earth's atmosphere this week. That's around the weight of a baseball, or a hamster, aka nature's baseball. Flushes 7 billard balls in a single flush. That's pretty strong. What measurement is 300 mi double cream? What is Corgetti? How much is 250 G pasta? When someone uses kilometers per hour instead of eagles per cheeseburger. The MK18 is approximately 1 hound long. To remember how many feet there are in a mile, you just gotta use 5 tomatoes. 5 tomatoes sounds like tomatoes. I need to be American for this meme to work. And there's 5,280 feet in a mile. To remember how many meters there are in a kilometer, you just remember 1,000. Because the system of measurement in the rest of the world wasn't invented by a drunk mathematician rolling dice. Haha, dumb Americans using feet and inches. Also Canadians. Please stand 46 timbits apart. Countries that use the metric system. Countries that lose wars to Vietnamese farmers. Coincidence? I think not. English recipes. 250 grams of flour, 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of sugar, 60 milliliters of milk, 1 egg. American recipes. 12 quarter cups of flour, 19 small sticks of butter, 43 thimbles of sugar, 3 udder squeezes of milk, 1 unripened feather baby. Canadian kids wearing shorts when it's 10 degrees Celsius out. Australian kids when it's 30 degrees Celsius out. American kids not understanding the meme because they don't know what Celsius is. Everything's so funny when you use the wrong measurement. 5 gallons of homework, mouthful of lint, 20 degrees of facial oil, 7 pints of China, handful of Fergie, 60 miles per hour of dad. Water, 1 mile. Water, 1 kilometer. Americans. But the Americans are right. A mile is less than a kilometer. France sending over the metric system for America in 1790. British privateers capturing the ship and selling off its possessions. The rest of the world uses a metric system. In the US, 1 standard banana. My favorite unit of measurement. 1 Ariana Grande. Police rescue Ariana Grande-sized alligator from basement. Uses imperial system. Metric system. Uses both, but still makes fun of US for using the imperial. The actual metric system. Bald eagles per glazed hot dog. You are leaving the American sector. Think metric. Maximum 30 kilometers was maximum 20 miles per hour. Now we're measuring stuff in Schnitzel. American boomers justifying imperial units because they went to the moon. NASA that used metric to do it. The biggest reason for an EU army is so we can invade America and change them to the metric system. A giant sinkhole just opened up in Chile. The sinkhole, 650 feet deep and roughly the width of the White House, appeared on land owned and operated by a Canadian mining company. Metric system, too mainstream. There are 2 types of countries. Those who use the metric system. Those who have been to the moon. Go USA. Built using the metric system. Built using the imperial system. 6-drawer dresser, about 6 feet wide and as tall as a stretched out cat. Not perfectly flat but close. Must be able to pick up. They actually had an image of the cat. I'd buy it just for the comedy. A Dr. Pepper-sized meteor that's as heavy as 3 baby elephants was discovered orbiting Mars. Me, a Canadian. The metric system is easy. You, an American. The imperial system is easy. 1 flap jangle equals 7.2. Magawa the rat retired after 5 years of helping explosives teams clear 20 football fields worth of land. I hope you guys compensated him fairly. This is a lot of work for a rat. Carrot the size of my arm. The minimalist design combined with lightweight fabric makes the backpack weigh only about 170 grams. It's lighter than 3 eggs, making you travel easier. Sick of laptop docks and spaghetti cables, I moved my entire daily workflow to a Windows 11 PC, no bigger than a bagel. My 9-year-old on holding a very new baby. She is so cute, the size of 4 rats. Fun fact, lions aren't very good climbers, but they can jump 36 feet. No, they can leap 36 feet, as in leap forward. They don't jump 36 feet into the sky. Do you know how terrifying that would be? The human race wouldn't have survived because we'd all have heart attacks. Other areas of engineering. World, use the metric system. US, no. Electrical engineers. Volts, amperes, we good? Yeah, we're good. My physics book is throwing some major shade. The Fahrenheit scale will become obsolete if and when the United States goes metric. Random assortment of ichthyosaurs scaled to a Pringles can. Totally 100% scientific. The larger of that one on the bottom have a gape that is reaching around 5 1/4 Pringle can. Please keep your distance, at least 4 dancing penguins apart. American Americans, Caterpillar 340 long reach hydraulic excavator versus reticulated giraffe. Yeah, screw the metric system. How do you stack up? You will not be allowed to hold the pets. 6 feet, 3 guinea pigs, 2 ferrets, and 1 hamster away. Blame Subway. Who wants to order a 0.3 meter sandwich? What's metric, precious? What's metric, eh? Kilograms. Meters, liters, kilometers too. The rest of the world uses the metric system. America, asteroid roughly same size as the Titanic to pass by Earth this weekend. Britain, hey, we invented this thing called the metric system. USA, are you 1 rhino's length away from the next group? Please practice social distancing. Americans will use anything except the metric system. Maintain a distance of at least 1 alligator between each other. America, we don't use the metric system here. 2-liter bottles. When you gotta show your homie how big your air fryer is to scale. It's officially 5 Pacificos deep. In this together, shop with space. Give everyone 4 hangers of distance. I wish I had that extra closet space. How much is 6 feet? 3 clarinets, 1 trombone, 1 flagpole, 1 marimba. A trombone is 6 foot, or 3 trumpets, or 1 trumpet player. Leave the room for ego. Drunk dude. Quarter pounder with cheese. Employee. Sir, this is a tattoo parlor. Drunk dude. I said a quarter pounder with cheese. Rest of the world. Metric system. The USA throwing it away. Centimeters. Meters. Kilometers. kg. Celsius. Americans. Literally everyone else in the world. Americans start using the metric system. They only use it to measure the diameter of bullets. That moment when Ubisoft makes you use the metric system for a game set in America. Millimeters, centimeters, decimeters, meters, kilometers. You lost 100 pounds. Americans, British, the rest of the world. What are they talking about over there? Europeans talking to Americans. Expectation. Gah, metric system is better and Celsius makes more sense. An imperial system is stupid. No, imperial system is better. We love inches and pounds. Your system is stupid. Reality? You're right. They just agree. And these losers want us to go metric. Super Bowl wins by country. Enjoy the outdoors with social distancing. Keep 1 bald eagle of space between you and others. World. Americans don't use Americans. Loads 9mm. Hey, America. The metric system lets you quantify things in a logical... America. My stomach has a volume of 3 baskets of bread and 1 well-done 48-ounce bone-in ribeye and 1 potato the size of a junkyard possum and ranch and ketchup. I'm an American. I don't use the metric system. I use the imperial system. Americans be like, yes, that is 1 foot. Explaining the imperial system. 1 foot, 12 inches, 1 yard, 3 feet, 1 mile, 1,760 yards. Explaining the metric system. 10. UK, metric Canada, South America, Europe, Russia, China, Japan, Australia. Asteroid the size of 18 walruses. The Grand Canyon of Mars compared to the USA. I've seen tenths, quarters, and halves, so this is a first for me. Road closed. 1/4 miles ahead. My daughter got some petite dill pickles out for us to eat with our burgers tonight. One of the tiny pickles had a weird hole in the top. Always a quality control fanatic, she cut the pickle in half to see what was up with it, and was greeted by a pickled worm, encased in a briny coffin. Women's size 8 shoe, banana for scale. Did you know Kentucky Fish and Wildlife estimated the state deer's population at 1 million white-tailed deer in 2024? That's roughly 1 white-tailed deer for every 4.5 people, or 1 deer for every 13 barrels of bourbon. Astatine is the rarest element on Earth. If you collected every bit of it, it would weigh less than 1 ounce, about the same as 2 cookies. This cannon is wide enough to contain a child. Found my new favorite unit of measurement, the fossilized skull of a Thalassotitan atrox. For reference, this head is about the same size as Danny DeVito. Iguanas freezing or not freezing? Friday, they're moving around. Saturday and Sunday, they're freezing. About half a bird of ice still in the driveway. Holy hell, you guys. After years of being vaguely confused when I came across the measurement a stick of butter in recipes, today I learned that in the United States, they sell butter in these skinny stick things. It is literally a stick of butter. A stick of butter. I've literally never seen butter sold this way. Each stick only amounts to half a cup of butter. Americans, please understand that my whole life when I saw the phrase a stick of butter in recipes, I was imagining this. Learn how to measure without a ruler. Great. Let me be your ruler. Looks like this box is about half a lord long. This is a terrible unit of measurement. Hi, do you know the dimensions of this corner shelf? 90. Oh, I meant the number of inches it's wide, deep, and tall. Well, I don't have a tape measure, but I'll do my best. It's 3.5 hot dogs deep, 7 3/4 hot dogs wide, 8 1/4 hot dogs tall. Giant new species of extinct predatory fish was the length of 5 corgis, definition of 1 meter. Since 1983, the meter has been internationally defined as the length of the path traveled by light in a vacuum during a time interval of 1/299 millionth, 792,458th of a second. Definition of 1 yard, 0.9 meters. That just sounds like the metric system but with extra steps. Rest of the world. The metric system is simply more efficient. The USA, but not to me. I appreciate the metric system for functionality's sake, but it just doesn't flow as romantically when used in narrative. He ran kilometer after kilometer until the sun dipped into the horizon. His father was the meter's stick against which he measured his worth. Her heart beat faster with every 25 millimeters he approached. On a clear day... Okay, what am I even reading? The real reason Americans kept the customary system. Aesthetic. The only acceptable reason. No poops bigger than 2.5 inches in diameter and 6 inches in length at this time. What about before you had to put this up? Were people just making massive logs like 10 inches in diameter? Couldn't even fit. In the last 5 years, Melissa has spent over $500,000 on psychics. That's enough money to buy 416 poodles. Wait, why are poodles so expensive? What? Just adopt dogs.